It's actually very nice. It's like a.
Llegó el pavo.
Man, rage and shit. Just blood and gore everywhere. My daughter's like, what the Yes, sir. You know the fucking vibes. NYCFC Forever podcast is back with another episode. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We got the whole gang in here. Gang. Sanchez. What up?
Man,
I like the slick back, bro.
Thank you, sir. How you doing? You know what I mean?
We're full on.
Yeah, Yousef got the.
I'm doing something. Big current, undisputed champion cannot do.
Ooh.
Fuck John Cena.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
First off, just listening. My name on the pod here says Dave FJC. That does not mean Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. He's fuck John Cena.
F. John Cena. John Cena stuff.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the song. I was like,
oh my god,
dude.
Yo, Sanchez.
I stopped watching that shit when I was a kid. Back
Listen,
in like
man.
05 or 02. No.
Nah.
Maybe
you
03.
definitely
I
did
think it was
a little longer
03.
than
It's like 03, 03, 04, yeah.
Yeah. It's probably 03. I think I stopped. I was like, I'm done.
It's crazy that people who listen to the pod early on, I remember saying it on the episode where I was just like, the whole ruthless aggression. I said, I'm good. I said, I'm out.
I'm going
I'm for the
outside,
streets now.
What that little boy say? He was gonna go do bad shit with his friends.
Yeah, I just want to do hood rat shit with my friends.
That's exactly what I did.
I'm for the streets now. I'm good
I'm
with the
good, yo.
wrestling. You know, this is the face of the franchise.
Yeah,
This is QB1 right now. Get the hell out of here, bro. Like, I'm out. I'm out.
I'm good.
That was day one.
Son, let me tell you something. Yesterday at Mania, night 2. This is Monday. We're recording this. Drunk ass Stone Cold Steve Austin came out, and at one point he gets on the ropes, and he's middle fingers up doing the whole thing. And Lucas, he's like, "Did he just put his middle fingers up?" I'm like, "That was standard. That was on TV every single Monday."
You remember night 1? Who was it that got bleeped out the middle finger?
Yeah, it was during a match. That's right.
Ooh.
I think it was Seth. I think he flipped off Roman or something, or Punk.
Yeah, I think that was, and they blacked the screen. Blacked the screen out.
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
I didn't notice that. Oh shit!
Yep.
All right.
It's a Stone Cold. Everybody, give me a
wild.
hell yeah. DWIing,
DWI and hard body karate.
missing the ramp
A couple times.
before
It was like a drunk uncle, bro.
That dude.
and crashing into the barricade and laying out this poor soul who paid thousands of dollars.
She sold it.
Nah,
He should have been in the ring, bro.
You
She
have
should have
to,
been
bro.
in the ring,
You
bro.
have to.
Listen,
I would have been like Ezel.
They have the
on Friday.
slow mo.
My neck and my
no, but you gotta think about it. She's leaning on the barricade just because.
They got the slow mo angles, bro. She sold that shit like the best seller in the industry.
You don't.
He
She was
hits-
receiving medical attention. Her foot could have been on the.
She went to a
barricade.
local medical facility, bro.
The barricade moved back a whole 6 inches. She could have been leaning on the barricade or her legs. You don't know that.
Her knee could have been on the barricade.
Yousef, if that was you in her position,
I would have sold it.
we would have been doing funeral arrangements already.
Bro, I would have been like the meme. Yo, the memes I saw today were hilarious.
We were talking about.
They
Yo,
had
we gotta get how big of a box we need. Like,
They got the JBL.
bring
You know,
these dudes back from
the-
Vegas. You know, get them, put them on the flatbed truck right now.
Put him in the fucking bathroom, yo.
You know the JBL meme that they had today. They were like,
I did see that. Yeah, when
If it was me behind the thing,
Oh, with the
mask,
yeah.
with the
Yeah,
brace,
with the
like
neck
that?
brace. Yeah,
Hell yeah, yo,
That's how
sell that
gotta
shit.
do
You
it.
never know
gotta
what
do
you could
that
get.
shit, man.
She probably
But-
got a couple
but still,
discounts.
I think she got the barricade hit her.
We gonna
For
see
sure.
her. She. If I was her, I would be wearing a pink shirt to every main event,
So we know it's her.
Yeah.
so we know
that
it's
you know
her.
it's-
So that
exactly.
You got
And then,
green
when,
shirt
and then
guy.
in 10 years from now, when
You
someone
get to
asks,
walk
yo,
down the ramp.
who's that lady in the pink shirt that we always see her at? years ago, Stone Cold crashed into
Stone
her
Cold, that drunk ass.
at WrestleMania
fucking ran
41,
into her.
probably the worst WrestleMania of all time.
You saw that ass. It was the night 2.
Yeah.
You saw Greasher went down the ramp.
Yeah, he had his own entrance.
The crazy.
know?
He has
I
to
don't even
be.
know
on
his
this.
origin story.
Listen, bro, there's a I don't know.
I heard he's the one
If
that
you
CM
spend
Punk
that
got
much
slapped.
money, let's say he's a fan doesn't work with the league, right? If you spend that much money for this many years, at the minimum they could do is let you walk down the ramp one time.
Yeah, one time for your mind, put your favorite
I
song.
I mean, they
on
let
and-
VIPs on the stage this time. Yo, they
They let
Done it.
dudes who got nosebleeds on next to the ring.
Who got a nosebleed? Oh, I had the band for that one. I had the band. But
that's
was
different though.
we was
That's
good.
That's what I'm saying. They let anybody get down there. Apparently,
That's
he spent a
different
couple
though. That's
bucks.
different though.
No,
One
but
was
he got on.
one
the
was a
stairs,
mission.
and he got in
One
trouble,
was
yo.
a mission.
One
Touched
was
the
a
rope.
mission.
One was a mission.
and we succeeded, bro.
Exactly. The other one
we only had
was a
one
gift.
casualty, bro. One casualty. That's not bad, yo. That's not bad. Yo.
One out of
One
4?
casualty.
It's 25%. And if you
Listen.
take the other 3 guys and they
Listen, we had a 33.3% chance of
Doobie
beating-
knows he can't get kicked out because of the kid.
You going? Come on.
doing some
you
When
stuff.
you
know?
take his 25%, they give it to Dave. So Dave then
132.5% chance of none of y'all getting caught.
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. We killed it, bro. One casualty is not bad, son. You know what I mean?
I
So,
mean, it was like fucking George Bush with the Mission Accomplished banner in the back. Just bang.
we got him.
Freaking security whispering in the ear like George Bush. We got you on camera at the ring.
Yo, not for nothing though, bro. It really happened like that, though, son. That's how we.
So
That's
how you
how we,
found out?
yeah, because he goes right here, and he goes, "Yo, the gig's up. We gotta go." I said, "All right, time to wrap it up. We going back to the nosebleeds." It was so epic, though, man. What a
The
day!
sign?
What a
Oh,
day!
man. Nah.
Oh shit! I got an alert for the Knicks.
Oh man. We are also we're recording during a bunch of stuff
There's a lot
happening.
going on in
No.
There's
That reaction was not good, Dave.
There's
That
a lot
reaction
going
wasn't-
on right now in the sports world where we got the Knickerbockers in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We got the turmoil of WrestleMania and what people liked and didn't like. I think we could do just like Triple H made us go through 14 hours of wrestling over the weekend. We could go 14 hours just talking about how bad it was, or
Pretty
how good
much.
it was.
Really
Depending on,
You really can't.
but we're gonna go
It's
about
been nonstop.
we're gonna talk about the 2 hours NYCFC did. That was horrendous.
Lord
Yo.
have mercy. What was that?
NYCFC's performance better or
Was
worse?
night one? It was it fit the bill for night one. It fit the card for WrestleMania night one.
No,
We could have did without it. We could have did without
nah,
WrestleMania
night one main event over night 2 main event.
Yeah, but that doesn't fix
Hold on, we gotta go back to Steiner math because
the first 3.5 hours.
the
you
first
can't
3.5
pretend that
hours.
didn't happen.
Yeah, that shit. So it went
Oh,
by.
I was
so
just going to
quick.
compare to the main events. I was saying
No.
the-
There's
those 2
no, it's a
hours.
whole. It's a
As a whole.
community.
Those 2 hours for me was night 2 main event. Because
Nah,
man,
bro.
that
It
shit.
fit the card. It fit the card of night one.
Yeah, you could have put the game right in there, and you would have been like, whatever.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
par for the course.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So
Yo, side question: who you think will be the first MLS player to show up on WWE?
like having like a TV role or being in the stands.
Like just like being actually like, oh look who's here, and maybe getting
Honestly,
onto the ring.
I don't think y'all gonna like my answer. David Beckham.
Okay.
All right, let's say active player.
I don't think.
I
I
wouldn't
don't
be
think it'll
surprised
happen
here.
because
Or when? Or do you
No, time out.
even foresee that ever happening?
Timmy, yeah. So there's gonna be pay-per-views. You gotta take it has to be like a pay-per-views, like the PLEs, right? There's gonna be the event in June in LA. What if Giroud is in attendance?
yeah,
you know,
that could
Could be.
happen. I
Like
could
the
see that.
Family.
That's what I was gonna say though. You need like an international
Yeah, we need the
Name.
star power.
needle mover, star power type shit. That's why I said David Beckham because What if they do an event in Miami and they're like, oh, Leo Messi's here, David Beckham, da da da.
You think Messi would go to the?
Why wouldn't Messi go with his thugged out kids?
Ronaldo goes to the Saudi wrestling events.
Those Saudi shows feel like it's like an event for like, this is, if you're somebody in this area, you have to be here.
Well, we could do 14 hours just on that alone. Because I just heard something crazy today, how Saudi offered Dave Portnoy from Barstool a few $1 million to do his Pizza Fest event that he has in here in Saudi, and bring all the pizza makers over there so the people for Saudi can eat some real pizza or whatever.
Wow.
And he said yes at first and then changed his mind.
You ever get flown out just to make pizza? Imagine getting flown out just to make pizza.
You know what? That would be nice.
Like, that would be nice.
I imagine just getting flown out. Period.
Yeah.
Nice. Just that.
Just like fly me out.
I don't have to do nothing strange.
Economy? Okay. I don't care. You paying? I'll take this.
Sure.
Yo, when I went to Yellowstone, bro, they had me in front of the plane, bro. What? You couldn't tell me nothing. Nothing. I'm 5'6", 5'7" on a good day, depending on what shoes I had. I had so much leg space, bro. And I wasn't even in the exit row. I was just in there.
Sorry for my reactions, but something Raw is on the background and it's popping off right now.
What happened? What's going on?
The NXT women.
It looks like a takeover right now from NXT.
Was it Julia?
Julia.
Her is in the I forgot this other girl. She used to be the NXT champion.
Yeah. And now Big
Rhea Ripley's running into the ring right now. This is bananas right now.
Sanchez is in wrestling heaven right now.
What is going on here? This is
more entertaining than this match. I'll tell you this right now.
Boy,
WWE provided more entertaining moments than this match. I'm gonna be honest.
The weekend as a whole, man, because I had the Knicks on, I had the game on, I had WrestleMania on, and there was one other thing. I think that was it.
There's a lot of stuff. I was also watching Coachella. Like I was watching, like I was back and forth. Like I had a lot of stimulus this weekend. This weekend was just.
What was your Coachella moment? Like who did you?
All right. So, you guys know
the elevator pitch. The elevator pitch.
Elevator pitch. Gaga had a historic performance. I think she quickly amazed me, like legit, like like an artistic performance. It was crazy. T-Pain cemented his legacy as probably one of the best just musicians in our history. EDM is here to probably dominate because it dominated Coachella this year for the first time in a bunch of years. And you can bring the whole family because Yo Gabba Gabba was also performing.
Hey, Yo Gabba Gabba. I met one of the founders' brothers, I think it was. So I met the both of them.
Okay.
Of Yo Gabba Gabba.
That's what's up.
It was a cool show. It's got a lot of hip hop in it. So.
Last week I stayed up till 3 a.m. to watch the Misfits perform.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. At
with Danzig.
Yeah, with Danzig, Coachella, and it potentially could be very special because there's rumors that this might be it for the Danzig Misfits era, like reincarnation. He might be done with it.
Is he the original singer?
Yes, they say that, but when there's that much money involved and they only perform maybe 5 times a year, period, like
just pull up.
You'll be back.
Son, they probably got the best logo, one of the best logos ever. I think between them and Wu-Tang is like
it's
the most iconic musician icons, bro.
And what's crazy is that like when they split up, the bassist kept the rights of the name, and he's the one that made it a marketable brand without putting out new music, without performing, without anything.
Yeah.
And Danzig was highly against that. They went to court because Danzig didn't want it to become like
what it became.
It's
not punk at all.
But then
it's pop,
the bassist Jerry Only, he goes, but if I cut you in, How about them apples?
He was like, guess what?
He was
I like the money.
you know what I mean?
You know what I
And
mean?
that's
That-
exactly what happened. He cut him
Bro,
in
that merch moves, bro. That merch
Yeah.
moves man.
without having to put out any music, without shows. They became a brand, like the Nirvana smiley face. Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other musical acts that you could tell by their logo, like a shirt or
Grateful Dead.
the
Grateful
Grateful
Dead,
Dead, Rolling
Grateful
Stone
Dead.
tongue,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
Rolling Stone tongue.
Yeah.
You know,
A lot, all those like in that era, all of those,
Yeah.
all the hair metal bands, like all their logos are essentially iconic graffitis at this point.
yeah. So
Hell yeah.
No.
A lot of
listen-
shit happened this weekend, man. A lot
Yeah.
of shit. A lot of good
Lot
stuff.
of
man.
them.
you know what sucked about this weekend? The
What was that?
people who made the trip to New England, the NYC fans.
Yo,
who made the trip.
Yeah.
When because you had told me don't give me spoilers, but the first thing that popped into my head, bro, when we lost was, damn, that 5-hour trip back sucks.
I think somebody tweeted that out. They're like,
Johan
the trip
texted
back,
yeah,
lose
yeah.
and then come
Jonathan Densa.
back.
That was Jonathan Densa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Johan texted me. We had a little text exchange at like 3 in the morning that night, talking about, yo, it's
I'm
not
still
4
on the
hours,
way.
it's 3 hours and change. Like out of nowhere, I was like,
Nah.
I'm like, bro, I've been tucked in bed for a minute, bro.
I'm just
like, I
just
am.
thinking about misfits.
I'm showered and fucking cuddling with
Yeah.
the dog right now. You know, like,
Yeah,
just
I
sitting
saw
there
mad
thinking about what's
performances already, bro. You
gonna
still on
happen
the
at
road.
WrestleMania. Like,
I was like, bro,
come on,
you
dog.
are wearing the same socks and underwear from a whole 24 hours ago.
I'm here watching Travis Scott fuck up his set
Like,
twice.
No, he fucked up twice.
yeah.
To me, yeah, it was atrocious. Yeah.
Well, that's always been my beef with hip hop performances, is that I feel like a majority of artists don't put the effort in rehearsals. So then when they're live performances, it's a lot of it's just winging it. And I don't
Did you feel that way about 50's concert?
know. It felt rehearsed because
That
it
was
like,
one of my favorite
it was choreographed
concerts,
almost,
bro.
Yeah.
Ever.
And I've been to a lot of hip hop concerts, like big arena stuff.
Yeah.
And some of them is just like, oh my god, that was so underwhelming.
Have you seen the Locks?
No.
I mean,
I-
they killed it in verses.
Yeah.
I saw it in
you know?
verses. Yeah, I seen
yeah.
when I saw Jay-Z, I was like, this is amazing.
I feel like Hove rehearsals. Nas
Nope.
was absolutely dope too, though.
No
when I saw
backing
Nas.
tracks. Like
Yeah,
if you
Nas
have
had
backing tracks,
yeah.
if you have backing tracks,
You're
and I'm
whack.
at your concert,
If
I'm
you have
sitting down.
backing tracks, you're
I'm
whack.
sitting down, bro. That means you put zero effort to this.
Yeah.
At the verses, the Dipset had backing tracks.
Yep. They don't know they shit. They don't know
They
they shit.
legit said we didn't practice.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have NYCFC
that's
don't have
rough,
no
though.
backing tracks for Maxi Morales. Apparently, they're gonna ride this pony to the. So they have to shoot him in the leg, put him down, bro.
Yeah, I
like
don't know what the hell's going on.
That's
with that, man.
crazy, bro.
this
A
is
lot of shit
bananas.
going on. You want to get into the game already?
Yeah. CFC played New England Revolution up in Foxborough, and this is shout outs to people again that made that trip.
Hell
Shout outs
yeah.
to Third Rail, Connecticut, I believe it was, who hosted the tailgate. It started raining apparently up there during the game, which makes it even worse because now you're
that's
Now you wet and it's a little cold. You know what I mean?
you know, it gets colder at
Cold
that
ass
time.
stadium.
Yeah,
Like, there's no real place to hide in that stadium except for the concourse. Like you can't.
Yo, shouts to
like,
the Buffalo boys. They I think I forgot their Instagram name. But they're fans of the pod. They hit us up a few times. It was one of their first away trips. They went down actually to Foxborough. So they came
that's crazy.
They came from Buffalo to
They went due west. Yeah, they just like
the east.
Yeah, they drove
Yeah.
east. Yeah. No,
they,
it's,
got it. They went to the game.
yeah.
So shout
It's a deep ass ride. I'll give you that. New England is deep. That's far, bro. That's a far ride, bro.
That's not South.
I gotta Google. How much you gonna say? 8 hours? I'm gonna say 8 hours.
I'm
gonna say 8.
yeah,
I would say
I'm
9
gonna say
hours.
6
9
and 8
hours.
hours
I
southwest.
would say 9. 9 hours
Alright.
from Buffalo.
I'm checking it right
Southeast,
now.
southeast, excuse me, southeast.
Yo, they also, and speaking about this travel, there was like on Third Rail alone, I think over 100 people travel. So I think we had a good number.
That's in a way we usually pop out on.
I think
I
the
don't like what
overall
they do. They
little
put them in
light.
the top area though. Instead of the,
we've been there for years. I
but
always
sometimes they'll put them on the
years.
like right there with the tunnel.
It's been years. It's been years since we've been put at the tunnel. Years, and the reason I say that is because every time I watch a New England match or whatever, I always think back of when they used to put them lower.
Put us lower,
right above the tunnel exit.
Yeah, right there when
it's been like since like 2018, maybe.
Yeah,
2017, around that time period. So Google Maps is telling me right now, 7 hours.
7 hours. Is
That's
it Southwest?
That's at this time.
No, it's due west, bro. Due west is
Wow.
literally straight across America.
Straight across America. Look at that.
457 miles, bro. That's
right now.
That means you got to pull over and tank midway through at some point.
Yep.
And then
that adds another 30.
And come back and tank again.
Yep.
8 hours. Easy.
Was that?
Well, that's 7 hours now. During the daytime with the traffic, holiday traffic, the Easter weekend traffic, Passover traffic, WrestleMania traffic. Everybody's driving to Buffalo to get some wings.
Yeah, right.
Yo, shouts to Yayo for making that trip.
Fucking
man.
Lake Erie is probably one big blue cheese and ranch sauce.
Damn, now I want some wings, yo.
Lake
Shit.
Lackawanna is probably fucking some other
real
dipping
place.
sauce.
Lake Lackawanna.
Lackawanna. That's a real place, bro.
That's a real place.
I know Lake Placid.
No, Lake Placid is north.
I heard there's alligators in Lake Placid, yo.
Which was Lake Placid on Miracle on Ice? Also,
yes.
All right,
Miracle. Yeah.
Try to get my lakes, and
that was where the Olympics were in the 1980s, the late 1900s.
No, but yes, Sanchez, you were saying.
Let's get into the lineup, bro, because we're trying. It's really hard to talk about anything else but this game.
It's just,
and we really
the listeners know. The listeners know.
We can really.
Let's start where it really got
easy
weird.
to avoid talking about this mess that.
Think about it. Well, we went into this game thinking a team that's worse than us. That is, Caleb Porter seems to just be like, I don't know what the fuck this man's doing, and bam, we're here. Actually, is Caleb Porter the manager? Actually, No, I don't think he is anymore, right?
Tu sabes que I don't know.
It is Caleb Porter.
I think it is.
I'm like pretty certain it's Caleb Porter.
Yeah, I want to say Caleb Porter.
That shit just came to mind.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how bad he was, but this lineup confused the shit out of me, bro. When I saw this pop up.
Yeah, when the team put out the lineup,
the official announcement,
social post, it was like, what is this? Yeet, like
we should have came with the glasses, bro.
Yeah, I need to get sunglasses. I don't have obnoxious looking glasses, to be honest. I want to channel my inner Seth Rollins and Jey Uso sunglasses. I need some real big, like.
You need
some, for the next episode, we'll get you some Pit Vipers.
Yeah, something like
Pit
those.
Vipers.
You know what
Hell
I mean?
yeah.
Right. Take us through this, bro. Because let's start with the ones that make sense.
Matt Freeze. There we go. We got Matt Freeze in goal, El Lineage on the right, Thiago Martins, Justin Hack sharing center back duties, and Kevin O'Toole. Here we got Johnny Shore. This is where it gets kind of interesting. Like, people who are watching, this is the lineup we kind of think the formation was. Yeah. So we got Johnny Shore as the defensive mid, Hannes Wolf on the right, Maxi Morales in the middle, Agustino on the head, Ojeda on the left, and we're playing with two forwards, Martinez on the left and Bakura on the right, up top. It's kind of like a 4-4-2 or like a 4-1-3-2, or was Martinez kind of playing a little bit further back? Was Bakura playing forward back? Like, it's a false. Like,
it was weird, bro. At a point, I thought we were playing a diamond.
And I thought to myself, you know what? If it's any time to experiment against a team that you might be able to have these luxuries to do with, like a team that's on the downside a little bit, is New England. All right. But off the jump, If it wasn't for that attempt from Ojeda early on, it wasn't working.
at all, bro. And so
I'm
Pascal,
gonna hold on. I'm gonna disagree with that. I don't think New England should have been the team you want to play around with. I feel like they've been playing well. They got back-to-back wins. They won the last 3 out of 4.
the back-to-back wins was us.
Yeah, well, us, but before that they had won the last 2 out of 3. Now they won the last 3 out of 4. Like I don't know. I feel like maybe the coach had the same mentality Sanchez has right now, but like I don't know. I feel like it was one of those teams you shouldn't be playing with right now.
Well, Pascal said that the reason why he toyed around with it was to have more support for Alonso, because the last time when we they played over here, they kind of double teamed him essentially, and he wanted him to be a little isolated so he could move around as much and do what he would normally do, which is score a goal.
Initially, when you say that, my instant reaction is like, it's easier to get double team when we play at home because our field is fucking 20 yards shorter than everybody else's, 15 yards less in width. I'm like, bro, like you have no choice but to double team. So when you turn around, the other guy's right there.
Yeah, he's already.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's, but when you play on a full size regulation, a full field, 120 by 75, it's like there's naturally gonna be more space. Naturally, you know. So maybe if we would have continued doing the way we've been playing, he probably would have been able to create his own space just because of geography.
Just because you also don't you're not used to playing with this guy there. It's again you're throwing it. It's going to throw you for a loop. You're like, all right, cool, I can run you. Oh shit, I can actually because
I feel like at this point of the season, we've had Baccarat and Martinez on the field together for a few minutes, a couple times already, right? I think maybe a couple times already in this young season, we've had them both on the field. But like minutes, it's not like it's the waning minutes of the game or something. When we've had both, maybe twice this season so far.
Barely.
I don't know. I couldn't. I wouldn't.
It hasn't been significant, but it hasn't been significant amount of time to say that. Oh, they've built a bond together. Maybe in training they've practiced this or something like that. But it's just Bakar he defaults to playing like a 9. So like you're gonna put him also out of position where you potentially leave him room to fuck up, and he's a big proponent or part of his game is to fuck up. So it's like you're almost inviting it. So early. So like
shots, bro.
Like I don't understand. Like I don't. If you're gonna put somebody up there that can do something. Put Julian up there. At least they have to like threaten his speed.
Julian's castigado. He
I know.
Like he's been subbed out. He's been left off the bench. He's been subbed out in the 40th minutes of the game. Like this guy is somewhere on the hot. He's like out of favor with the coach. You know, so it's like this is who we have. I guess we're not signing anybody. The transfer window ends in like 2 days.
Bro.
So
they are giving
MLS
transfer. They're giving us the coso. They're giving us the cookie cutter script that front office always does. We are looking for the right person. Until that person comes, we're not gonna make any moves.
We're almost yeah, but that mentality is like at this point, it's like we just need able bodies, you know?
Yeah,
just to rotate and give a little break, you know, or play the kids. If you're gonna bring the kids, play the kids, you know. At least be like, all right, hey guys, we the kids are here. You know,
I think you should. I think you. Like we listen. This is kind of beating a dead horse. Like, put the kids in. We don't have anything else. We literally don't have anything else.
Think about it. We are what -2, and
we're 10th in the table right now.
Yeah, and we're -2 on goal difference, right?
That's not
so.
Good.
Off the cuff, our offense was atrocious this game. Our offense has been atrocious since the entire. I want to call it atrocious because Alonso's been a light, but we really our production is not there.
Yeah.
So it's continuing from last year, but it's like it's just in a different shape because now we're playing the Pascal offense. So now is it the players or is it the system?
I feel like it's the players.
It's a little bit of both. I would say.
Mm.
A little bit, maybe the system isn't compatible with the players, and then the players aren't incapable of being compatible to the system. What's the guy who does the MLS articles every week and gives like a little snippet for every team? Matt Doyle.
Is it Doyle? Yeah, it is Doyle. Yeah, the armchair.
The bald head dude.
Yeah,
yeah. So it's Doyle.
He wrote in whatever snippet he had of us. The last line was, "This team is basically if what he said, whatever Alonso does, we go. As long as Alonso goes, we go."
Mm.
You know, basically saying if he can't score, we got nothing.
Right. He also mentioned
yeah.
before that our wingers. He's like, you need to sign wingers.
Yeah,
we need to sign a lot of things, bro.
But like, in order for the offense to work, like he literally said, he's like, you guys need signings, and it's like, at what if we know that's what he needs, right? Dave, how are we gonna make it to even Leagues Cup?
I'm struggling to answer that. Like, listen, my answer has been since the beginning of this season. When we spoke to Brian, the dude's name was Brian, right?
Yeah,
I believe it was.
Yep.
He got backlash for playing the kids, for playing the academy players. Like, if we don't have the pieces, if we're not going to get the pieces of this puzzle and fix it, there's ways we can at least start putting in things now so that maybe the wheels start turning a little bit better, a little faster. Why not play the kids, man? Why not play some of the academy dudes? Like,
Perea was on the bench, right?
Play them. The bench not helping though. But play these guys. You want to make changes? Play the guys that are on the bench that could potentially do something.
I agree with playing the kids. There's a reason you sign them. If they're
exactly why you sign it if you're not going to use them.
Yeah. You're just filling up. Are you using the mindset that you're going to fill up roster space for academy players? Don't play these kids. You know what I mean?
Play them, man.
So
hold on. Why is Maxi playing 90 minutes? Yeah. Where's Maximo?
Was Maximo on the bench?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think he was on the bench. Was he on the bench? I can check right now.
I'm checking right now.
No.
Can you get us a Yousef? Can you load us a picture of the bench so we could go over who was on the bench, please?
I got you. So, so I'll say this. Even with so right now we're sharing. I'll pull it up for a little bit, real quick. Sorry,
I can't see.
I got you.
I can't see diddly, bro.
You let me know when you can see. Can you see?
I guess so. Sure.
All right, so I'll move it up.
You want me to read it?
But before we get into the subs, I just want to say that when he did make the substitutions, the team did change. Like, they looked the aggressor after the subs, so it feels like he just put in the wrong lineup in the beginning.
What was noticeable early throughout the first half was that our midfield, we were losing the ball easily in the midfield. We had no midfield help. Johnny Shore had another great game. He had great runs. He had his pace and everything. He's a lot faster than he leads on to be. I feel like he had like this incredible run in the first half along the sideline that was pretty fast. But we needed that presence of someone like Keenan Parks. I felt like his presence was missed in the first half. And then after the goal in the what was it, like the 42nd minute by Leo Campana, who hasn't been able to fucking throw a beach ball in the ocean standing in the sand this season. He scores, which leads to the first New England run of play goal of the season. All their goals have been PKs and free kicks. So then by the way, sorry. What was that?
You want the subs out?
Yeah, go ahead. We're going to go right into that. So that leads into the halftime. What happens at halftime? We get into the first sub at halftime. That's a statement. I like the statement. Coach is recognizing an error on his behalf. He's recognizing a deficit that's needed, or a player that needs to make something needs to happen. So then go into the bench real quick, Dave.
The bench. We had Keaton Parks.
Yes.
Tavon Gray.
Yes.
We had Perea.
Yes.
We had Julian Fernandez.
Yes.
And we had
Nico
Cavallo,
Cavallo.
I think it was. Nico Cavallo. And then Burke Reeser was left on the bench. Tanaslevich, Yanez.
Zangelis. And then
That
these
was
are
it.
injuries.
Zidane Yanez, and we had Thomas Romero, backup keeper.
Yeah.
Thomas Romero,
Yeah. So the Zidane Yanez. I just remember why Maximo wasn't there. I think he's at the Generation Adidas Cup or something like that.
Okay. Yo, are you planning a move and seeking a reliable, veteran-owned company to handle your belongings with care? Well, look no further than Tri-State Marines Moving. Founded by a Marine veteran, Christian and his platoon bring discipline, commitment, and the strength of the core to every job. Whether you're relocating your home or office, need packing and storage solutions, junk removal, or even power washing and Mother Nature cleanups, they got you covered. Serving the tri-state area with pride and professionalism, they ensure a seamless and stress-free moving experience. Listen, I'm not just reading the advertisement here. I actually used these guys a couple months ago and everything turned out great. Everything was placed where we wanted. The best part was nothing was broken. So trust the strength of the Marines for your next move. All their info is found on Instagram, which is at TMM_914. Also, tell them Boop sent you. Tri-State Marines Moving for all your moving needs.
I think that's why they signed up Zidane Yanez, who is a highly rated. They gave him like a short-term contract, a highly rated Chilean youth national team player. He's playing. Let
me check the FOTMob.
So Sanchez, let me ask you this question. Then that you brought this up, Carrizo is out on let's call it out on assignment, right?
Sure.
Out on assignment.
If we're as a team saying this kid, whatever you want to call him, is worthy of a contract for the first team, worthy of first team minutes at this point, right? Because he has made his debut. Why the hell are we sending this guy away instead of just being with the first team?
Not just that, because I don't think they could stop them from doing that. Maybe they can, but you should already know this is gonna happen before the season starts. Before the season starts, we're gonna miss this XXX player, all these players for this tournament, for this youth tournament. We're gonna lose them. Where's the contingency plan? Before when all of the youths would disappear for these random tournaments or whatever youth tournaments, we wouldn't care or notice because we had grown adults on the bench who would play and we would have a full roster this way, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh no, these guys are legitimately part of the first team roster rotation, and losing them, our bench is depleted. Our options are limited. We're signing this Zidane, who's an academy kid, NYC 2 player. We're signing him to we shouldn't have to be doing this. We should have enough first team players.
It seems like we're doing 10-day contracts in the NBA.
Yeah, in the NBA and shit.
Well, that's what they basically are, because they're limited. They're limited for the amount of times I believe they could appear on the bench, and they're limited for the amount of minutes they could have played for the season. Until they're forced to have a contract, like how the NBA does it with the 10 days.
For me, on the Carrizo tip, that sounds like all they're doing is just trying to get him in front of the eyes of people who may buy him. Because
that sucks.
I get it, but a lot of teams, he can't go because he can't go to no youth. He's gonna sign a pre-contract for a European team, a European league, and still have to stay here till he's 18. It's not like I think it's better to give him first team minutes. Yeah. When he signs his pre-contract and he has first team minutes, when he goes, he'll be like, "Oh, he's ready." Yeah.
At this point, what does a failure for that kid do for him? If he fails in the GA, whatever, right? And I'm going that he doesn't learn anything there because he knows he
I
can
feel like we
dominate
spoke
that.
about this too. I feel like on one of the episodes, Sanchez talked about that he was going to leave during this time, and that we needed a backup for him because Maxi can't play the full
That's
90.
later this
Well,
year.
because
Later this year is the
because he's
U17
involved with
World
their
Cup.
Yeah,
he's
that's what
involved
you
with
brought up.
that.
Yeah, that's what you brought up.
That's what I'm
Now
saying.
he's
Like,
at the Adidas thing is like,
but the World Cup is one thing, but this Adidas generational thing is like
but
this is a showcase.
it's not like it's not on the schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like they know this is coming at some
Like,
point.
why even?
It's not like he asked for permission. You know,
Exactly. So
2
my
weeks
thing is
before
like,
leaving this.
They already signed the permission
Yeah.
slip. They already
Oh, yeah.
signed the permission slip. Gave him
His
his
mom had to come
$2.
in and shit.
You know, he gave him his little $2. He like, here, buy yourself something nice, and you just they're like,
Come back with a lion stuffy. Like,
get some Jordans. You know.
now, what was the best field trip you ever went to in school? Mine was medieval times, bro.
Ooh, that's a
We
good
went
best
to
field
medieval
trip.
times,
What
bro.
can we distinguish by grade?
Well, field trips for me stopped by like 6th or 7th grade, 8th grade tops.
No.
I didn't go on
Because-
no field trips in high school.
Oh no, junior high. I'm talking about, but junior that was just a Def Jam trip. A Bronx Zoo. I think Bronx Zoo trips were like amazing growing up. It would be all day. You just as a kid seeing fucking lions and animals and shit. Man, dope.
I don't know what mine would be.
You went to private school for elementary school also?
No, I went to public school.
Oh, okay, so you probably ended up at the Bronx Zoo one time. I went.
Yeah, that's why. Because you said the best one. Because I remember going to the Museum of Natural History. I remember going to the Bronx Zoo.
Yeah,
But that's all like regular, you know. Oh, I do remember one. I do remember. We went to Six Flags. I think it was in 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah. We went to Six Flags.
Yeah,
I think I did the aquarium one year.
Oh, that's
a field trip.
Aquarium is nice, but the shark
The
exhibit
aquarium
wasn't
was
really
expensive, yo.
They didn't have a shark when I went. They teased it though for the next season, and then they never brought it.
You know why?
It's difficult to keep sharks in the.
They had the baby shark do 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 baby shark do 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 baby shark do 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 do.
Thank God that song has
Maximo,
never been played
Maximo in
our house.
Movie.
Yeah,
but you played
the English version.
Asterisk there real quick.
And the version that we do play in Spanish is different.
It's
actually very nice. It's like a
Llegó el pavo.
Llegó el tiburón. This is mad rage and shit. Just blood and gore everywhere. My daughter's like, what the fuck?
What was the one with the como el perro toma agua? I'm not gonna do the vocals for that one, but
please.
Oh man,
please.
Nah, bro. But this shit.
What about the
hey.
La vaca, moo, la vaca, moo.
La misma vaca, moo. What were they thinking back?
Oh, damn, bro.
Wildin'. Anyway, NYC. Wow.
What a second half. So Leo Campana gets to go in the first half. Sub at the half.
I kind of want to talk about the first goal. Can I break that down real quick?
Sure.
Because I feel like that was a defensive breakdown. At that
it was atrocious.
That was what's his name? Oh yeah, it's him again. Thiago Martins. Kind of hesitating and pausing his run, which at this level gives the player running in enough space to get away from a defender.
Yeah,
and you see Thiago Martins turn around like he's Joe Hendry, like say his name and he appears.
I'm fine.
But it was one of those things where what's that dude's name? Ganago? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Ganago, yeah.
Yeah, Ganago. When he got the ball, you get three players. You get three defenders. Just immediately, like, I don't want to say hurdle him.
You're gonna pull it up there, Yousef, by chance?
What do we want to? Do we want to see that atrociousness?
Listen, man. Because
you got to go to New England Twitter's
because it's something that is a theme for us. You know, like this is like obviously the game before this we didn't give up a goal or anything, but Thiago Martins has been at the center of a lot of goals coming in this season against us. Like
Yeah.
he's usually the defender closest to the goal scorer when we've been scored on. And I would say props to Justin Hack and Kevin O'Toole giving it their all.
So they have this version of it.
To try to dive in.
You can do this one.
Yeah. So this looks.
So look, Ganago receives
that's Campana right there.
Right there. He gets the
pass.
Ganago, look.
Give and go.
I wish it was wider, because you get about this one might be able to see it.
But you see, I see what you mean. They're coming in.
See,
they're collapsing themselves.
Yeah, you got 3 or 4 defenders on him, but it's like, okay, I understand Campana's been kind of struggling, but dog, you don't leave him open like that. Like, what are come on, man? You know what I'm saying? That I felt like, yes, Martins had a lot to be blamed on that one, but overall, I felt like that was poor defending. Like you don't have to put 4 bodies on one dude to stop him. Like I don't know. Am I bugging to say that, or no? So I know a lot of teams. So defending pods, but like,
but it's. I want to disagree with you just a hair.
Okay.
Because yes, there is a collapse, but I think the bigger error is, who is this? I'm looking at it on my phone. Johnny Shore, I believe, who's behind Campana, and right in front of him, Campana is. This is after the give and go when Campana gives the ball to, what's his player's name again? Ganago. And Ganago touches it back towards the inside.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of the play, Thiago Martins is in good position. He is right in front of Campana, but he hesitates, and Campana just goes by him, while you have a Lineage and Hack fully focused on the ball. On what's his name again?
Ganago.
All right, fully focused. So Martins is ball watching. He's watching the ball from afar. He's not next to the player. He's like maybe 3 or 4 yards away, but he's watching the ball and loses his defender. The player he's defending, which is to his back. And I think that's what that little hesitation is enough to create space. But like I said, I want to give props to Kevin O'Toole. I feel like Kevin O'Toole read that what's going to happen and cuts across and gives it a valiant diving effort. Also with Justin Hack, a valiant diving effort to try to get to that ball.
Justin Hack also gets like stuck in the
it hits
a little bit, but
no,
it's definitely deflected.
It deflects off Hack.
It got deflected in? I thought it was a clean goal.
No, it was deflected in.
That's why I took that bounce.
Yeah, so the ball went. It was like a low kick, and the ball wound up going upwards.
I think it's just telling of how we're like where we're at defensively.
All right, so I think that's a natural transition to the second goal, because once again, this time you got Carlos Hill with doing his little crossover shimmies. He did I think it was maybe 3 shimmies to the left off of the corner. It was a short pass from the corner. He did 2 or 3 shimmies and just passes it in, and I don't know, like, how does it get over all of us, over our entire team? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
The little back and forth. He crosses it over 2 guys. Did you guys watch it in Spanish? Did you guys watch it in Spanish?
Yeah, in Spanish.
When the announcer goes in Spanish, I'll translate it. He's like, he does his job, puts the ball into space. So any New England player could pick who wants, because it's 3 guys against 1.
Yeah, like what? Like,
are you guys able to see this?
4. Yeah, yes, it's 4 against 2 basically, because Lineage is out and the behind, but it's just 4 guys who are wide open.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see who is the.
It's Martins.
Martins again.
It's Martins.
Martins who freezes up. Martins who right here. Martins freezes up.
Oh,
Lord.
But honestly,
But hold
here's
on,
what I want to say.
hold on. I will say he does kind of have a body on Campana,
No. So
which
so
I feel
as
like you
if you
need to be.
so like so he had somebody on his back, and I think he thought he was following Dak runner, so he juked that way. And when the moment he saw the ball really going this way, it was too late. But still, like it's an in swinging ball. Why are you going to the defender going out when you like? It makes no sense. It's just
There
again
was
just
way
things
too
that
many people who were in that space unmarked. Because
look.
even if Martins was doing the best he could, and even if whoever was next to him was doing the best he could, they were still outnumbered.
Yeah.
No.
You know, there was
Look,
more white jerseys or whatever color jersey their jersey is this year over
Mhm.
ours in that space. It was 4-over-2 at least at minimum.
Dude,
You know,
I wanna like I don't know. I know we don't do stats, but I think I saw the defensive stats, and that was just like what kind of got me. Like, yeah, we weren't really holding it down at all. Like 13 interceptions for
Jesus
on
Christ.
them, 5 blocks, 47 clearances to R24. So like we were not clearing the ball. There was a series in the first half where it was just like ping pong boom bang in the box,
Yeah,
and I think. And I was just like, my mans, can y'all get control? You guys are adults. This is looking like you're playing camp ball, where everybody just like, you know how it is, where little kids just want to dribble the ball. That's how it looked like. Like, I don't recognize these. I don't recognize the team right now. Like right now, it just feels like we're not playing for nothing except for
almost like going through
maintaining.
the motions.
Yeah, dead ass. Like just we're going through the motions of getting to the transfer window.
You think
Like get to the transfer.
You think the boys are tired? Like what do you think's going on mentally?
I think they just recognize that they're not. There's no. This is the team, and they're not going to be good enough until the summer.
Or this is just a team. Period.
Damn.
Like the mentality is like this is what we got. Like
this is what we got.
The players with a little bit more wisdom are probably looking around the room and like, well, this is all we got, boys. Like, all right, so I'm gonna try to not get hurt, and you know,
some bullshit, man.
Yeah, man.
This is some grade A bullshit. So,
but if you look at the flow chart, the momentum chart on FOTMob, the after this goal basically from New England, it was pretty even for a little bit, and then we kind of took over the game towards the end.
Yeah,
with the subs. Once the subs came in, we got aggressive.
Yeah,
and according to Pascal, that's who he wants to see. So the last 20 minutes of the game is what is our identity. But it's like, how do you go ghost like that for 70?
So he hit three subs at the 62nd minute. Perea for sure, which is an upgrade at position for position, but at an upgrade. I think that's an upgrade. You know,
Perea for sure.
See something new. You know, we know in the past Perea is able to contribute offensively, right? A lineage for a great for a lineage, a little bit defensive reassurance so we don't get like bodied, and then Julian for Baccarat comes in as well, and then later on we get Cavallo for Kevin O'Toole. Let's give Kevin O'Toole a break. You know, it's late in the game, down 2-0. Nico Cavallo in I think he only has 1 or 2 appearances prior to this, did show very promising moments.
He had gotten injured prior, and then he was doing a little rehab.
Yeah. So,
but I mean, we said that before when he came on. Remember early in the season, he came on for a little bit, and he showed some.
He showed promise in the 2 appearances that he had before the injury.
So it's like we have kids, but they're not at the level.
Yeah, but I feel like it's one of those things. I don't know. If he's showing promise, keep playing him then until he gets into form. Like, what kind of form is he in? You know, like what did he? I'm not trying to bring up preseason or anything right now, but like, what was his preseason like? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's not getting enough playing chances, you know what I mean? Like that, put him in now. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? You know what I mean? We losing games anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck
we're
it,
already
put these
losing
kids
here.
in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what? Like, why are you holding back? I don't get it. I don't get
Feels
it.
like the team put or front office put Pascal in a horrible position.
Nah, he listen,
Like,
we
like-
talked about it. We definitely did. It was just like
Like,
we got
like-
rid of so many players. We didn't replace anybody, and it was just like, hey man, get us
Yeah.
into the playoffs.
But
like,
he
what
hit-
was the
How?
sales pitch?
How?
Pascal hinted at something a few weeks back, a few weeks already, at a press conference. Or was it? I'm not sure. It was a post game or I think it was the midweek press conference. This was after what David Lee had said, where we're giving him the time to analyze the roster and let us know what he needs. And the question was asked: now that you've had time to see the roster, have a few games, what do you think the positions of need are? And he responded, "Who said I've had enough time?" You know, which is crazy to say that you're still thinking you're analyzing this team when
Yeah.
everybody clearly sees that maybe clearly at minimum with a blind eye, at minimum we just need more depth.
Dude,
You know,
his answer was
I think we
straight
need
up like
starters.
a cookie cutter.
I think we need better starters in certain positions, but
Yeah.
like at minimum it's clear we need depth at
Yeah.
minimum. So,
It's not
speaking of depth, Maxi, is he helping? Is he hindering? What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I saw some wild takes online, man.
I did
after
too.
this match.
That's why I had this written on my notes because
I saw
man,
some wild
a
takes.
lot of wild takes today.
but someone
And
had a
yesterday.
point where it was like it was a argumentative conversation back and forth, and he basically saying with Maxi we can't win with Maxi on the team playing 90 minutes,
I
and
saw
then
that.
someone's like, oh, like a club legend gets the respect. He's like, we're not taking away from what he's done. It's just like what he's not able to do now, you know. And it's
Yeah.
kind of sad to go out this way as well. Like, yo, you were at the top of like of important pieces on the team, and right now you still are, but you're not. Your performance isn't. I don't want to say it's going down, but it's like we need better.
We need
We need
better from you.
more results. He's 9 games in, no goals.
Nah,
You know,
What
But
the
how
dude
many-
said in the song? You need to know when to hold them.
no
know when to
win.
fold.
Know when to fold them. Know when to walk
Uh,
away.
Funny
know when
enough,
to
he was
cry, I
the
think he
highest.
said.
He was the highest rated player for us,
Smooth
which is
as
hilarious.
Tennessee whiskey.
That's my
Now,
shit.
I was my
T-Pain
thing
got
on
a nice
Maxi
version of
is
that.
I feel like he's exactly how Pascal I think described him like in a little hint a couple press conferences ago. He kind of hinted at like we need Maxi, not that we want Maxi. We need Maxi. So he's like we have to do everything possible to keep him healthy. And dude, 1 assist so far.
Let's play him for 90 minutes.
One assist
imagine
in
how life would be
750.
without.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right
Look
now.
at that.
I also
So,
like how
like-
Max is being used at some ports where they're being a lot more direct and over the top with the ball, and just
Oh,
like,
I actually had that in my notes.
oh, look at you taking notes.
Yeah, I was taking notes during the game. Watching Mania, watching the game, because I was like, yo, I have to
Too much.
I gotta remember, because I'll be forgetting everything and shit. One of the things that I have brought up, it made me think of you, Sanchez. Made me think of you. No banana pass. That pass from Freeze to Bakra was straight, and he was able to pass it to Alonso. Alonso got that shot. I feel like Alonso should have took maybe another extra touch to get a better shot
In the first half.
in the first half.
The almost golazo.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like he was going for the
should've took a
golazo
touch.
instead of he should have did an extra
Yeah.
touch to get a little bit more finesse on that. But that first pass, it wasn't no curveball. That shit was straight as an arrow. But yeah, talking about passing. So
Yeah.
by the way, nice scarf back there, bro. Love it.
That's right, man. Speaking of scarves, I still have a few available.
Hey, a John Cena, son. 10
best
years
10
of
years
our
of our
lives. It
lives.
really has been, bro.
I still
It
have
really
a few
has been.
available. Let me know. Hit me up directly.
Hit us up
John
1-800-223-97.
People about to call it I-97 for those cars.
John Sanchez, or hit up the pod page and I'll have them for the game at City Field versus whatever jabroni team we're playing that day.
Not necessarily
Cincinnati, I
jabronis.
think it is.
Cincinnati.
Focus.
That's not the
Yeah.
jabronis you want to be playing. Speaking of
Cincinnati?
jabronis, yeah. Speaking of jabronis, we go to north of the border to a couple to a jabroni team.
White Walkers.
Yeah,
Going
we're
up
going
north.
behind
Going up north, fellas.
beyond the wall.
How do you? We're gonna be on the wall. What a great show, bro.
We're going to Terrafland, USA.
Yo, I wonder how
Imagine-
that fucks up with the league, bro.
Imagine they hit us with like the away tickets with like astronomical prices now.
Nah,
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking now. Like, I have to buy them in American dollars, like freedom dollars, you know?
Canadian, we got to use Canadian dollars. Then don't call them
Oh.
dollars. Think of your own name, buddy.
Yeah, get your own name, bro.
Call them pesos.
Okay,
The Canadian peso.
Canadian peso.
Canadian.
Imagine that would be hilarious.
Canadian
Canadian.
pesos.
A Canadian peso, bro.
Like Gulf of Canada.
But
We-
Toronto
we got
is
11 wins,
approaching.
7 draws, 9 versus their 9. That's not bad.
No,
though.
we got 11 points.
look, Toronto is they're bottom feeders right now.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
bottom
So
feeders, bottom.
are we. Yo.
But they have an ace in the hole.
Got an ace in the hole.
Bernadeschi. Yeah.
Bernadette.
Bernadeschi is a waiting in the deck top play contender
Yeah.
every week. My
Yeah.
man, when he wants to do the you know, but
He
it's fighting
remembers he
words,
played.
you just gotta hit him, bro. Like you ain't gonna
He's like,
and
"Oh,
one big save me, bro.
They
He
got
gonna freaking-
somebody else up there too, though. They got our former captain, Sean Johnson.
Sean
He lets
Johnson.
in goals now, though.
Hmm.
You know,
A
but they
lot of
also Signe's
people-
also coming
A lot
in
of
for them
people
too.
say he used to for us as well. So
Listen,
Yeah. Sometimes,
I
but
think
they
we
have an old team though. I'll say that with them, they have an old team.
Toronto
like-
somewhere is a boogeyman town for us.
yeah,
You know, it's
it is. It's a weird place to play.
The stadium is pretty big. First off, the away fans, whoever makes it there, you're really far up there.
Yeah,
You know, so the
how big
effect
is
of
that stadium?
it's like
30, I think-
35,000, I think.
Wow,
Yeah, it's 30
Yeah.
plus,
that big?
and
Yeah,
they can
so
actually get more seats too if they
They have
on
like
the other side of the
they have
court.
collapsible areas where they add bleachers when they need to.
Mm.
Behind one of the goals, I believe. And I think they're going to expand it for the World Cup. They're going to have like a full full-time expansion for the World Cup.
Mm.
So it's difficult to say we're going to go up there and win because we haven't been able to just beat anybody.
We're
Yeah,
not that team. We are not
And-
that team, bro.
We're not that team. We're very seesaw in production.
Mm.
You know, I'm going to say I don't like predicting losing. But I'm gonna predict that's sometimes even worse than losing. A freaking 0-0 draw
Oh,
on the road.
Oh,
Nah, that's not happening.
nah. I'm gonna predict this. I feel like Slim Shady, the fun and games are over. I think they're done for right now. I think he brings out our strongest possible lineup, what had been working in the past. And I think we come with a victory. I think we go 1-0 over Toronto.
All right.
Either 1-0 or 1-1 for Bernadette, whatever the hell you said his name was.
Bernadeschi.
Bernadeschi.
And you got Insigne still able to cook. you
Yeah,
know.
he can still cook. So maybe 1-1, maybe 1 0.
You know, Italian chefs are notoriously superior to the whatever we're the Dutch, you know,
Yeah.
chefs.
The
Like
Dutch.
I don't even know what the Dutch cook.
Yeah, right.
Netherlands,
Hamburgers and hot dogs, I guess.
That's
That's
Germans.
American food.
I don't know. Belgium. I was gonna say Belgian waffles, but that's freaking Belgium. Like
Belgium.
I don't even know. I know this. When I went to Amsterdam, I had probably the best halal food, the doner, like the kebab I've ever had in my life.
You had a kebab on a waffle?
No, I had
Yo, instead of chicken and waffles, kebab and waffles.
That sounds
Listen,
good, yo.
that sounds like
That
a
sounds.
situation for the stomach, bro.
Sounds good, yo.
If done right, it's good. My prediction for this is I think it's gonna go 1-1 because these people draw a lot. But here's the thing, though, they have an old ass back line, like 38 years old back line.
We have an old ass midfielder.
Yeah.
But if our
And
forward,
we have a
and
no
decide to run.
Sasson, we have a no Sasson Jogo Bonito Brazilian in our defense.
Yeah.
DP defender who got no sauce, zero aura.
I'm just
This
thinking,
guy,
I'm just thinking, can our forwards
have you seen his
just
haircut?
go on youth alone?
Like
Can we
little
go
kid.
on youth alone? Can we just say, yo, just go and be a, just run,
Mm.
run around, like make them run, get them tired. 38 years old, center back, bro.
That could be a
Do not
strategy. You imagine? He just brings the kids and just says, "Boys, go out there and have fun.
have fun.
Just run.
Just go, bro.
Y'all got to run 27 miles a day.
Just run." Everybody got
Hit 'em
Apple
with
Watches
the-
on and shit.
Like,
Fitbits.
if you can get them tired by this minute, you get a lollipop at the end of this fucking match, or ice cream. I don't know, whatever they give kids at soccer matches nowadays. Like
Oranges.
Oranges,
oranges,
yeah.
there you go.
Or
So like, I just figured, fuck it, why not? But I will say 1-1 though, because we also can't score.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm nervous because
we don't have no creativity. And that's a problem.
I know.
And
I wonder what the
that's-
weather's gonna be at in Toronto this weekend. Let me take a quick peek because everything to me, everything
Nah,
is a
bro.
factor.
Because these motherfuckers are the ones complaining about the potential schedule change because they don't want to play cold weather matches.
Okay, but that doesn't mean.
No, I'm just
That-
saying, like,
But right now, it's supposed to be. Right now, I'm looking at the thing. It's supposed to be about 60 degrees with
there you go, that's
80%
fine.
chance of rain.
60 degrees is a
Zero.
chill day in New York.
Zero, bro. Zero.
0-0.
Zero.
God, I can see that happening. Fuck.
Rain.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
Zero, buddy.
Son, it gets cold as fuck up there by the wall, bro. Shit.
You know what I mean?
Man,
That
look,
wind off the river,
man.
bro.
We're in North Face on the field.
They aren't there by
Oh, North Face kicked?
aren't they also to bring it full circle to earlier in the episode? Aren't they also by Lake Erie near Buffalo? Like,
Yeah. No, wouldn't they be?
Toronto? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They oh, shit.
That's got to be a commute, like a quick commute.
No.
Lake Ontario. Sorry,
There you
Lake
go.
Ontario,
They're right there on the.
right next to
Yeah.
Lake Erie. With according to our president, all of our Great Lakes are probably interconnected somehow.
Interconnected. Anyway, boys.
Yo,
Yo,
Yes.
because I feel like y'all didn't bring this enough energy last week. There's a reason I have this flag in the back. My nigga, DR is in the Gold Cup.
bro.
We
didn't
out.
have enough. We didn't have enough energy. I mean, it was just me.
Yeah,
I wanted
you're
that
not
from
gonna,
you, bro.
you're not gonna get the rah from me.
Yeah, you're gonna go.
Wanted that from you, bro. Gold Cup. Yo, we finally made the tournament.
Yeah,
Dude, I want to.
It's
So
huge.
I'm thinking about buying some tickets and a flight. I'm trying to recruit any and all Dominicans that I can.
Let's go.
So if you listen to this, and
we
you're
got to send
Dominican,
this clip to Karen down in Miami.
there you go. Facts.
right.
I think I got one. I think I got Johanna, and I'm trying to work on Polanco because I want to be there when the national when the national anthem hits, bro. I might cry. I legit might cry, bro. No bullshit. But I also love the Mexican national anthem, so I may low key just be like singing it.
Did
But
you guys open the reel that I sent you about that Dominican soccer YouTuber guy?
Which
Where
one?
he was arguing with an Argentinian how the Olympic soccer is bigger than the Copa America. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
harder.
yeah. I did
Oh.
see that.
The argument was like it's kind of like a little World Cup. It's a small World Cup. And
Yeah.
then he ends it by saying, even like for the first time, the DR qualified for the Olympics, and the Argentinian goes, "Well, that's the end of the argument." So I don't want to burst your bubbles, but
I don't. That's not a bubble burst. We're a developing country when it comes to this tournament. We're finally.
it's gonna be a nice experience.
Yeah, so there's no bubble to burst.
It's nice experience. But see,
We're happy to just make it.
I'm of the
I like just to
philosophy.
be able
I'm
to
of
say
the
that
mindset
that
is
flag
always.
is there.
I'm the mindset also is like just now that you've the hard part, the phase 1 is complete. Now
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
just can't.
there.
You can't go and just
That's
be
the
a
bar.
spectator. No, you can't. You cannot
No,
go
I'm
in with
saying
that
that.
mentality.
I'm saying
That's
you,
it.
you set the. That's what the phrase is. When you set the bar, you set the bar at making it. Now you have to exceed it. So
Yeah,
you have to
and
actually
now,
perform.
now you got to exceed. You just
It's gonna
can't.
be
You
hard
just
because it's. I don't think we'll make out the group, but we'll participate, and
listen, man.
and come the next Gold Cup. Now you got to constantly. You got to qualify again and again and again. That's the next.
I would
stage.
like
It's
to go,
the consistency.
but I really don't want to go to LA or
I like what no. I like
California
what.
in general.
Yeah, I feel you. But
That's
I
the
like what
home
you
match
go.
for Mexico, bro.
Their home
Yeah.
match, the entire country, bro.
Listen, as someone who has been to international matches involving the Mexican team, Ecuador versus Mexico multiple times, there's a high probability that someone's gonna want to punch you in the face just because you're you, without you having to say a word.
Yep.
And
agree.
that happened to me last year, Copa America. I was just literally standing by the bathroom, and a Mexican fan went to go punch me in the face out of
Damn.
nowhere. I didn't say a word, and this another Ecuadorian dude jumped in between us and was like, "Yo, I want to fight too. So how about you and me fight?" And I was like,
Peace.
I just looked at and I just walked away, bro. Like,
It's just gonna be me and 100 Dominicans, bro. We just gonna be together in a little corner, get a flag. I'm gonna take that flag with me.
all right,
No
I
socks.
like
what?
from DR.
It would-
Word,
no
no
matter-
socks. No socks, some white pants.
like mofongo, bro. But it will be a great time, and seeing your national team in any stage, it's always a
Yeah.
moment of pride and orgullo, para que me entienda la gente. Unless it's the U.S. playing, because no one gives a shit about that. So on that note, fellas, I am
Hey.
going to go to sleep because
Yeah, I'm tired too, man.
I am tired. It's been a long weekend. It's been a long day.
Been a long week, bro. Last week.
Life has been life.
Yeah.
A little bit.
And the ups and the downs. And there's sometimes you just need moments for yourself. And tonight's a little time for me to go to sleep and be alone with my thoughts. No TV, no cell phone.
Hey,
No.
yo, got the candle.
You know,
Got the-
Yeah, that's
all imagination.
I don't know where that was going. I was like,
I don't know
the
where
hard
it was going.
drive.
My mind went over there and shit.
I don't
So
want
on-
to know.
Now
on
since
that
you
Why
bring
you
it up,
all alone
the
in
hard
your
drive.
lone time, bro? That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool, bro. Don't worry. It's cool, bro.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
It's all up here, buddy.
Guys.
On that
I
note,
love NYCFC. I love this fucking podcast. Best podcast out there, man. We got the illest energy together. I love this culmination conglomerate that we have. We got to do it live this season, though. We got to figure out something to get in the same room to Scythe and bring it back to how we used to it. Shit. But boys, this is the NYCFC Forever podcast. We will see you guys on the next one. Peace.